past, the present, and even the future, it's in our own hand. You know, when you think of wildlife and even with culture, it's all part of people's life. You know, it's we who make it to be. Like our own culture is from our own people. When I remember Tunjina yesterday and Tunjina today, is a big different issue, even on wildlife changes. Before we go around and hunt a lot of rabbits, you know, in the bush, you know, squirrels, you know, and locally even some of the names like Kansolo, Wulakonofalol, these are not even scientifically in our books. And then we know a lot of them in our own environment, and locally we even give them name into subspecies and you know, into classification. Today Tunjina is not enjoying that. And then with our eco camp, we say our countryside eco camp with our own country youth people, you know, we want to come up with an idea called conservation and preservation. Wildlife is in a big threat. The past decades, we have a lot of species, those disappear within the Gambia. As the first president of the country said, the Banjul Declaration, it was more on the flora and the fauna of the country. That is, it is a sobering reflection that relatively short period of our history, most of our wildlife species have disappeared. I agree on him, but still, I think we can do more to protect our own environment by preservation and conservation. Then this is our idea to come up with an eco garden near Farasutum forest in the future as soon as possible, and to protect the subspecies. The countryside eco camp is located in a very tropical rainforest. We call it Farasutum forest. It's well known for bird watchers and bad guides in the Gambia. Most of all tours do come to Farasutum. Then in the near future, 2017, our project is to give safe and user-friendly for tourists. This is our mission, and also education for the youths of Tunjina and anyone who want to learn more on biodiversity. We have a lot of uncles here, a lot of brothers, and a lot of people of Tunjina who are experts on wildlife, and then we welcome them all in the future to come and start. Farasutung is based on it's a community forest with the help of the two villages, Tunjina Kuloro Youth Development, and we call it the KBC Bird Watching Club. They have tried well. We have joined together and start to protect Farasutung as a nature park.
Yeah, Farasutung, we can have the African wood owl.
Yeah.
The white-faced corpse owl, and then we have the white-back night heron.
The white-back night heron.
And then the biggest kingfisher, which is giant.
Giant kingfisher.
And then you have the pied kingfishers, blue-barred rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are in Farasutung forest.
Yeah. And we have a lot of bush trees. Example like kasu.
Kasu, mahogany.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
Talo, locally.
Yeah, Dita Senegalese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the point you are seeing here,
yeah,
the point you are seeing is a point for the palm nut vulture.
Okay.
Yeah, he stated here both males and female come to
breed
stand
there.
here. Yes, they breed here. That's their breeding point.
out of earthworm that attracts the fish, and then they put it inside to the basket to the cooking pot. And it's very interesting to see the youths coming up with such a seal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch.
Oh,
That's a
nice
catch.
one.
Wow, good catch. Wow. Yeah. Wow. The country Eco Camp is located by the River Gambia. When you look at the map, the land map of the Gambian River, it divides the country into two parts. The city Banjul is just located nearly 40 minutes boat drive to the city, the mouth of the River Gambia. Our Eco Camp is located just beside the River Gambia. We have the creek. It's only 5 minutes walk to the creek. And then we have white mangroves, and the top over there is the red mangrove, and then you have the River Gambia. You can even see when it gets sunny, you see some salt shining, and then it's very good for education purpose. We have a lot of kind of monkeys around. We have the colobus, the green velvet, and the rare one, that is the Patas monkey. It's very interesting when we have in our tea time, seeing around in the evening, seeing the red Patas monkey running through to the forest, which is very interesting. And also hunting crabs, fiddler crabs are very common here. We want to make a very user-friendly eco camp from African material. For example, we are not going to wait. This is Chinese bamboo, a very strong tree. Bamboo, they grow very good in the Gambia, near the river. They are tropical sub-Saharan trees also. They grow very fast and they're very strong. Then we want to make a house as soon as possible. It will be a very user-friendly house, and then we can accommodate 2 people who are coming to our eco camp for research purposes, and also for some people who come into Faratutum forest for a drink. It's sad, you know, we don't want to take this from the nature, but we can responsibly survive by nature. Like we can have our thatch roof in the next 6 months from the nature, and we want to help more on educational level to have more data record, you know, things like photographing, like my video man is doing, helping us to keep records, because sometimes most of us don't have the ability to write. But with videos in my society, it's more acceptable than we can also with videos, records, you know, archive and put on more things together. And also we are planning on survival tour. All survival tour is like coming from all over the world and come to the community here and live in our eco camp within our environment, and then get your own fish. You can fish your own fish, cook your own fish with tropical palm nuts, which you see on the area. Our brother here is an expert. He's an expert on palm tree climbing. Yeah. He's like, you know, the people of Guinea-Bissau, very versatile fisherman too, you know, Faburama. My motivation is all about appreciation of nature and society. For the past decade, I work with African culture and wildlife, which have changed my life a lot. And then I think I cannot stop. We've been implementing um, school project, educational project, but most of our educational projects are taken inside cultures, inside community. But I'm seeing also to make environment user friendly for children, we also have to bring them back to society. Talk about things like when we talk about banana, we can show them a banana. When you talk about a cashew tree, we show them a cashew tree. And it's sad, most of our species, fruit trees are fading away, they are going away, we never have them again. This and also educational purpose. We see a lot of traffic in our environment, in our society. Then to give children who want to learn the environment to read. I will also, I'm planning to come with a small library here, wildlife, all kind of magazine, all kind of book, lectures could be taking place here in the future. And also youth skill development like tie and dye. Some people feel shy of the society to implement their skill. But when we are in nature, it's very quiet. We are trying to accept one's idea. It's not like we have a boss. We all want we want to work on our own skill. That's why even our architect will be based on more on African architect, local architect. That's to make things from African material like bamboo tree, mud block from the ground, raffia work, palm wine, like something you see like this raffia work. The locals, they can do all this by themselves and even by weaving. If many people ask me what do you think about money or investment, we don't mean money, but we need responsible person. We start from one. We need some fund, but we don't have the mind of waiting for fund. We starting up with the youth. We starting up to plant some bananas, to put some watermelon, to even focus on the land, to see the weather condition of the land, to understand what crops and what other type of things can grow, and also to bring back subspecies plants like Mindico, Tomborongol, more into the area. That means is to replant all these things in our eco camp and come with a very friendly environment. And financially, we could also hire people to come and help, and we also need tools like boats to access our sweet river Gambia on sustainable development, like fishing tours could be taking place, mammal watching. We need tools like garden tools also, or seeds, inputs, subsidies to help even or to grow more land, because water, which is very important to give access to water for wildlife, and also medication. This is one of the key aspects, and also training the youth on biodiversity. Our future project also is to expansion, and also to help the women of Tunjina to with water in the future, to do more gardening. That is self-sustainability. All the landmass you see around our border are all women vegetable garden, and also we will also plant more trees for the camp. Very impressed about our fisherman Faburama. In the future with our eco camp, he will be providing food for us from the river just in our frontier. All this catch of the river in 20 minutes. You have tiger prawns. We have tilapia, which is very common in the Gambian River. And very interestingly, crocodiles don't feed on tilapia. Yeah. Bravo, Fabra. Jungle man, jungle man! We are not expecting to be very noisy in our eco camp. Then, to read about culture also, cultural entertainment. Tunjina is very region, is to collaborate with the local people and have our entertainment place over the big trees there. that's the colonial building. The colonial building. It's a store where all the locals, after their harvest, they will store their grains, their food. It's almost 2 80 years old building.